From the Walter Scott shooting to ethics to transparency to the very latest with the North Charleston Police Department, I sit down one-on-one with North Charleston City Councilman Mike Brown for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Well, Councilman Brown, it is so good to see you, meet you.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you too, sir.
I appreciate this.
Absolutely.
You know, I went on your Facebook page and you said the following about you. You said this: love God, love people, serve humanity. Who is Councilman Mike Brown right now?
Loving God. I'm a faith-based person. I grew up in the church. My father's a pastor. My grandfather pastored 4 churches. So I was raised in church, which actually they taught me the ways of God, and Sunday school. So a love for God is in me, and I also learned from them serving people. I've watched them serve people in several different capacities as a pastor, whether it be picking them up to take them to doctor's visits or helping them cut their grass or yard work, etc. Those small things. So I've been always taught to love God, love people, and serve humanity.
You talk about people, and obviously December 4th is going to be a very significant day in Charleston, North Charleston. It's Judgment Day for Michael Slater. He'll be handed down the sentence for the murder of Walter Scott. Where are you emotionally 2 years later?
Emotionally, it's very, very, very tough situation because I'm torn because, as I expressed, I'm a faith-based kind of person. So we'll talk compassion, and we'll talk love, and we'll talk forgiveness. Just as you've been hearing the message of Walter Scott's mother, she's been echoing forgiveness and allowing God to handle it because that's what we're taught. But then the humanity side of me says that for every consequence, for every act, there's some type of consequence or punishment. And nobody's going to win because there's not a sentence they can give him that's going to bring Walter Scott back. His son is a member of my church, and his family is still grieving even 2 years later. They don't have a father. The holidays are here. They won't be able to be with their father on Thanksgiving and on Christmas, New Year's, and Michael Slater's family as well. He has small children. They won't be able to be with their family. Well, I'm not sure where he is right now. I'm not sure if he's locked up or if he's home. But if he goes to jail for life, you have children who won't have a father. So because of his decision. So it's just a really tough situation emotionally to kind of get tied into.
And let me stay here in North Charleston because this is the headline of the Post and Courier. North Charleston police seek help from DOJ and Foundation in fighting violent crime connecting with community. And obviously that was from the Post and Courier. Tell me, what is the relationship between the police and the community in your mind here?
In my mind, some would believe that the relationship between law enforcement, and I guess it's just based on your view and your angle of looking at things, because when you look at something from behind it, you have one view, and you look at it from in front of it. They're totally different angles. From the African American community, we have a totally different perspective as it relates to law enforcement because of issues like Walter Scott issue, and when you look all around you, Freddie Gray, and different people around the nation that they feel like are being attacked by police officers, it creates that barrier and that sense of distrust versus some other people who may always have great encounters with police officers. So there is a sense of distrust. The relationship is not what it should be, but we're definitely doing our best to work towards it. We have one program that's been implemented with a lot of high school girls, where cops go in and they teach them football. They have this whole big football league, and my daughter plays for one of the teams at Fort Dorchester. So it's just amazing to see the officers work with them, as well as the school resource officers as well. So they're trying to build better relationships with the kids, and hopefully the next generation will have better relations, because we need officers, and officers need to understand that they're there to protect and serve the people. If your mother, her house gets broken into, you're going to want her to call law enforcement to come to her refuge. So we need law enforcement officers, but we just need to be able to create that better relationship between the people, our constituents, and law enforcement.
And obviously, there's been a lot of tension between the Charleston area Justice Ministry and the City Council, and really other city officials around the Low Country. Tell me, what's your relationship with them like?
I have a good relationship with them. When I disagree with them, I tell them I disagree with this point, and when I agree with them, I tell them I will support them. But I definitely believe transparency is extremely important. I have nothing to hide, so I have no reason not to show up. They've called me to several meetings for hours, and I've met with them every single time they've called me. They've called me to Mount Moriah for their big meeting. I show up because I really believe in being accountable and transparent to the people. And as long as I'm in these positions, I feel like I have a moral obligation to answer to the people that have elected me to serve them. I have a good relationship with them, and I'm looking forward to continuing to be productive and working with them so we may be able to find some type of solution. Because we all agree that we don't need any more kids dying on the streets because of guns. So I believe in their purpose. They want guns off of the streets. They want better policing practices. So, I agree with a lot of what they stand for. It's just sometimes we disagree on the method of the way of getting that particular thing done. But I'm definitely going to continue to work with them.
Let me turn to ethics, because you just mentioned a little bit of it, accountability and transparency. What is the state of transparency and accountability in your mind?
In my mind, the state of accountability and transparency here at the city is open. And of course, I speak from a limited experience. I've only been here 2 years. But since I've been here, from FOIA requests to police reports, et cetera, they've been forthcoming with information. And I challenge the people to continue to hold us accountable. If there's some information you need, come and hold us responsible, because we have an obligation to be transparent and open. This is city government that should work for people. So this is their information, so they should have access to it. And also, a lot of information people don't know is on the city's website, from budgets, everything. You go look, it takes time to go through it. But if you would go to the city's website, a lot of the information that people are looking for can be found there.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, you just mentioned that you've been on council for 2 years here. What is the biggest difference between 2 years ago and right now in your mind?
It's a lot more work than I thought it would be. Honestly, I've learned so much from working with people. I've always worked with people, like I said, in churches. I've been serving at two of the largest churches here. One church has about over 7,000 members, and another church has multiple locations. So I've worked in youth ministry. I've worked with people. So working with people is second nature to me. But just being able to see the issues that plague them on a day-to-day basis, from stop signs to drainage issues to crime, cars being broken into, things that we consider to be simple. Code enforcement, doing their jobs, making sure that they're not broken down cars all up and down your street, because you don't want your property value to go down. So there's several different things that we do that I didn't really pay that much attention to. It's a whole lot of work, but it's definitely fulfilling.
And obviously people know that you love music, but you also have a music company.
I do have a music company. It's called Mike London Music, and I want to explain a story to you really quickly. People call me Mike London, and they ask me, even people from high school, Mike, did you change your name? No, man, I didn't change my name. Mike London Music is my music publishing company. It was birthed from a tour. I went on a tour with College of Charleston back in 2005. And we were in London, England. I believe we were in Hammersmith, in London, England. And I got sick while I was there. And I had what I always call a Damascus experience. And those that study the word understand, when Paul and Saul, his name was Saul, and he had an encounter with God, he was a persecutor of Christians. And then when he transitioned with the encounter with God, his whole path changed. So while I was sick, God began to tell me different things, and I wrote them down that I was going to do, from producing music, because at the time I hadn't done any recordings yet, different songs I was going to be writing, and even from me writing those things down, when I came back, London represented a place of rebirthing for me. So when I came back a month later, I did my first recording, and since I've written for Grammy Award-winning artists, I've done several different recordings, produced several different records. So my life was changed in London from that experience. So London always represents that rebirthing for me. So I figured I would name my music publishing company Mike London Music.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So what do we expect from you next?
I'm going to keep on working, keep on doing the day-to-day things in whatever capacity I can, serving on more boards. I just got a call to be on Greg Mathis Charter School board. So as many boards, as many things I can juggle along with my family, because I have a large family as well. I have kids, 3 kids that are in college that require my attention, and I have 1 high school senior, and then I have 2 small children. So, between my family life and my career and my community work, I kind of stay busy, but I plan to continue to do that as long as I have breath.
Wow, that's good to hear.
Absolutely.
Well, Councilman Mike Brown, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.